Yo, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. Welcome to Max Wrestling episode 399. This is your captain speaking, along with El Jefe, Moses Marquez.
Top of the morning, feeling oozy this morning.
Feeling very oozy, especially considering that this is it, 1 week away from our 400th episode. But thanks to the Maxis being a bonus episode last year, this is technically my 400th episode, so I'm celebrating a little earlier than everybody else.
That's all right. That explains a lot, but that's all right.
But we did great last week. Decent YouTube numbers, finally showing a little bit of life. And last week's Facebook views through the fucking roof.
Through the roof, bud.
New highest viewed episode of 2022 with 19,446, beating out Promo Slam by just shy of 1,000 views. So thank you
Hey,
to everybody that watched last week.
people like Halloween, man. People like
Yeah.
Halloween.
Especially me.
There you go, especially you. Yeah,
Uh,
YouTube numbers, keep it rocking. I blame the TikTok folks. Keep on coming.
Thank you
Hit
very
that sub,
much.
though. Hit that subscribe.
Yeah, and you better come back this week and especially next week.
Ooh.
Before we begin, remember to like and follow us on youtube.com/MaxWrestling and follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Max Wrestling UK.
Yes, sir.
Now, I think it's pretty obvious what we're starting with this week, judging by the opening lines, but headlining this week, Sami Zayn and the Bloodline dominating wrestling social media with a segment that technically went wrong.
Yep. It went wrong. Of all the things to make you want to go back and watch SmackDown, a segment gone
Sami
wrong.
Zayn.
Hey, man, he's fucking. We've been talking him up like a motherfucker. He is awesome right now. Okay, awesome.
Can
Good
you
for
imagine,
him.
though, if Vince was still in Gorilla and that segment went so wrong and everybody broke character, he would be raging through
I
those
was going to say
headsets.
he. Every single one of them would be screamed at, hollered at. What the hell is wrong with you? You're supposed to be professionals.
This is supposed to be a serious segment.
Papa
Uh,
H is back there laughing too. I couldn't hold it either.
I mean, it was okay for Solo. He wasn't even on camera that much, but you could see Jimmy in the background. He was cracking up.
He was
Um,
dead.
Jay tried his best to hide it,
He,
but then Roman made it worse.
Roman never helps it.
Roman had too much fun with that segment. Once he knew everybody broke, he tried to
It
break
was
him
it.
even more.
That was it. Yep. It was. Oh God, what it was? What's the terminology? The dominoes just started falling. He was like, "Here we go. We're just fucking full bore, man." And I was, you know what? I was. God, what? I don't want to say entertained because that's not. I don't want to use that word. It was fucking funny. Okay, I wanted to use a word beyond entertained. It was. I'm not normally watching SmackDown. You know what I mean? I have a reason to rewatch it. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm enjoying the show. What a concept.
I think it did like 20 million over social media, 20 million views
Psh,
combined on
not
YouTube and everything.
surprised at all. God, great stuff by Sammy. Keep it up,
Yeah.
brother.
And just one word has now become a catchphrase, UCEY.
Usi.
Of all the words to break, how many people were in the ring? Five?
There's five grown ass men.
Seasoned veterans, too, like Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they've all most of them have. Well, actually, no. Let's go with they've all been in the business or around the business forever. If it's not in their fucking blood, like, well, Heyman is an exception, but he's been in it since damn
Yeah.
near birth. I mean, at this point, I mean, he started at what, like 12, something like that, as a reporter.
Yeah, he was very young.
So, you know what I mean? It, every single one of them broke
Yeah.
from the dumbest of words. No, and I say this, and I say it to no offense to the widest, like, offensive, like when he was just trying to be cool. You know what I mean? He just had to throw out something he thought it was cool, and you know what? It was cool and
And
hilarious.
I think his delivery, too. Anybody else, we would have complained, this is so cheesy. But Sami
This,
Zayn's delivery was just perfection. He's just
but
not
can he?
feeling very oozy.
But can he really do any wrong right now?
No, Sami Zayn has got everybody in the palm of his hands.
Hey, I'm I'm loving it, man. I'm loving every bit of it. And it's we've already had that idea of, well, maybe it'll be Sammy to do the deed to get to take the belts off of Roman or whatever. I really don't
Mm.
give a shit. He could just hang out and crack jokes for the fucking rest of his goddamn career for all I give a shit.
Yeah, I don't really want Sammy and the Bloodline to go their separate ways. They just
No,
gel together so well.
it is a faction we never knew we had to have.
No, and because of all that fun we had, it kind of almost glossed over the serious subject of the segment, which is Jay unintentionally undermining Roman with the whole "I don't care what the tribal chief says," and then Roman's
Mm-hmm.
reaction was priceless.
It was
Absolutely
Rome.
perfect reaction. So we're still seeing a little bit of dissension in the ranks. Sami Zayn can't get Jay in line, but I mean Roman said on Raw they're out in town getting new C or whatever the hell that
Get
means. Hopefully it means getting juicy. They're getting drunk.
get yeah. I don't know. Getting having a good time, loosey goosey.
Yeah.
There you go. As Jack
Um.
Black would say.
Hence the meme I posted. Oosey oosey baby. Oosey
There you
oosey.
go. Works perfectly.
uh. Obviously Jay's emotions, I guess, are in question in this whole storyline. Like he doesn't trust Sami Zayn, but now he's starting to rebel slightly against Roman, which I guess comes full circle because Jay was, of course, the first person to fall in line with Roman.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I get it, but like I already knew there had to be deception. I didn't. I just didn't think it was really going to be like one of the Usos. But I mean, it's working out fine. I guess you could play it as he was like the first one, and he's like, okay, I'm sick and tired of this. You know what I mean? I'm see him getting to that point. I guess the overall question is he going to start recruiting people though? Who else is going to still start to feel a little less Usy? You know what I mean?
Who's honorary Usos? I mean, like Kevin Owens has obviously been rumored to get involved. Like
That'd
people
be
want to
cool.
see KO and Sami Zayn team up and then take both titles, like eat one each.
That'd be
Uh,
fantastic.
I think Kevin Owens going into the group as like an insider, like trying to destroy the bloodline from the inside out would be a great storyline. Kind of like Roman did, not Roman, Randy did with the
Yeah,
Wyatt
Randy.
family, but better.
I could see how that works, but no,
KO is
I
the
don't.
exact kind of person to do that stuff.
But I also feel like he's the Triple H to Sean's cool, to Shawn Michaels' cool guy, like with Crime Time, and he's like, don't worry, he's all I speak jive or whatever the fuck he said,
Yeah.
and he's out there and he's just like he's all yeah for shizzle, like God damn it, H, get your ass over here.
I thought he had a gun.
Jesus
So,
Christ,
so wrong, but so good.
you're telling me, oh, the good old days,
The good old days when DX pushed the boundaries of
everything.
PC.
There was no such thing as PC back then.
God, can you imagine DX in this day and age? They'd never get airtime.
They would,
You can't say that.
they'd be like
Can't
a
say that.
fucking
Can't say that.
no. They wouldn't last very long. They'd get fined or something would go into rumor and then they'd get real heat and people would start digging up some dirt or something and realize, oh Sean did Playboy or Playgirl. And then we're back to this again.
Yeah. But no, however it ends up at WrestleMania, obviously Roman Rock is the more likely scenario. I did notice this. I can't believe it's taking me this long to notice the parallels between Roman and Rock's opening lines. Like Rock would always get the cheap hometown pop with "finally," and Roman's now doing it every week with "acknowledge me." Like they always say the
Oh, I
hometown
never
first. It's always the
noticed that.
opening line.
Huh. God damn. I never thought that way, but hey, what do you know?
Yeah, I just noticed it this week, and if that's a very subtle way of like planting the seeds, then it's great. Like I
Yeah.
can just imagine the video packages of like those two opening lines side by side, mirroring each other.
Hell yeah.
Um, so if that is the WrestleMania match or not, I don't think is really relevant to the point that Sami Zayn is over as a motherfucker.
Like a son of a bitch. This guy is stupid. I mean, now I need him like fucking around with The Rock. Like that's what I need now.
Yeah.
Like that's your television gold right there.
Maybe that's his next task is getting The Rock to come to a WWE show.
You think he
Hey,
could
hey,
break The
Dwayne,
Rock?
it's Sammy.
I can imagine that voicemail.
J- Uh, just call in. Your cousin wants to see you. Stuff like that.
He said you're not feeling too oosy anymore. We got the oos juice for you.
By the way, I love your new movie,
Which one is it? Oh yeah, that one.
The One in the Jungle.
There you go. The one in the jungle. I just did Black Adam. Yeah, that one. Sure, whatever.
Is there a jungle scene in that one? I haven't actually seen it yet. Is there a jungle scene?
I have no idea. I'm laughing my ass
um,
off. There is now.
you know what? I want Sammy to stay with the bloodline, even if it's just long enough to get involved in the storyline with The Rock, just to see Sammy and Dwayne ribbing off each other.
That'd be great. I'm
It'd
telling
be
you, comedy
great.
gold.
Yeah,
Hang on for 5 months, damn it.
just 5 months. I don't think he's making another movie. I mean, it took him 15 fucking years to make Black Adam.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't get what took so goddamn long.
I mean, he's a busy guy. What was he doing 15 years ago?
Playing in a bang.
One.
15 years ago, wasn't he making like a fucking movie a year? That bastard.
That was like what 2007. What was he doing in 2007?
I want to say making more movies. Didn't that when like Walking Tall came out?
I think that was a couple of years before. I think he was just starting to get big in 2007. Like people were just starting to think of him as an actor and not that wrestler that
Not. Oh yeah,
is
not
now an
Rocky.
actor.
I love the way you put that.
That wrestler who is now an actor.
All
It's
right.
it's bizarre. It saddens me that people now know him more as an actor than they do as The Rock.
Right? It's like, God damn it. This is where
You
he
you
started. You all knew him. You lies.
you
Oh
kids
wow.
haven't lived.
2007 he did a bunch. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch of shit. Oh yeah, he did the game plan.
Eh, didn't
Uh
turn out well. He didn't do the Tooth Fairy in '07, did he?
Not from what I'm looking at. No, let's see. Tooth Fairy had to be later on. No, okay, so this is all of 2007. So Southland Tales, whatever the fuck that is. Wizards of Waverly Place as himself,
Oh,
because of course
jeez.
he was on that. Again, fucking the game plan. WWE the ladder match, whatever the fuck that is.
That says a
Uh
deep D.
seriously. Reno 911 Miami as Rick Smith, one of the SWAT guys. Um He did fucking 6 episodes of the Graham Norton show.
Oh yeah, Graham Norton loves The Rock.
And then he was in Corey in the House. So that motherfucker was all over Disney.
So yeah, he wasn't actually getting very big in '07. And he didn't even join the Fast franchise until
Let's see.
2011.
Get Smart. Yeah, Get Smart in 08. Did anybody actually? Oh, that's something different. I don't even remember any of this shit. Oh,
Ah,
Planet 51, that alien cartoon thingamajig. Oh nine. That thing sucked.
yeah, by then he hadn't even made Race to Witch Mountain yet.
No. He got to the Tooth Fairy in 2010.
So you're telling me he got
Jesus.
cast as Black Adam in '07, then he still went on to do the Game Plan, Planet 51, the Tooth Fairy,
That
Faster,
small
where his character name was just Driver.
driver or the fucking that hilarious little bit in goddamn the other guys, but that was more Sam Jackson than him.
Yeah.
You shut your face.
But hey, he's finally done Black Adam, and it's doing very well. Good for him.
People love it.
People do, critics don't. Fuck the critics.
I don't give a shit about no. If critics knew about it, if critics were correct about everything, there wouldn't be these things called cult classics. Where you don't
Yeah.
have to you have to just watch it because the people say you have to watch it.
If that was the case, Shawshank wouldn't have done shit.
Mm-hmm.
Critics hated Shawshank. Look at it now.
Dumb as hell they are.
But I digress. On to other things for us. Promo Series 7 Rising Storm comes your way. It's getting closer and closer. We are now 3 weeks away. The group MVP will be decided, and of course, we predict Survivor Series War Games.
Nice war game.
I cannot do it like William Regal. It's one and done.
I'm about to say, yeah, it will not. We could not do it justice.
But that's not all. Moses is putting the television championship on the line against Cypher in a TV triathlon in one of the 2 House of Ashes versus Jury matches. It will be promo, trivia, promo.
That's right, the promo triathlon. Unlike Billy Madison, a sniper ain't gonna save you, brother.
He's going to be here next week, but Mike Larkin will also be at Promo Series to go one-on-one with Daniel Crimmins in a promo exhibition with a 2-minute time difference between the 2 of them. Advantage goes to DC.
You know, last week I chalked up DC and having him in the corner. The reality is now we have to think of what is a fresh Mike Larkin like.
Fresh and has to squeeze everything into 6 minutes. So, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful chaos.
Hey, with a good editing job, you can get anything done in 6 minutes.
Yes, you do. Meanwhile, the Phoenix has his work cut out for him as he approaches 100 days in this record 5th reign as Knowledge Champion. He defends the title in the traditional winner stays on gauntlet against original finalist Beer, original champion Kenny Killer, and never before competed for the Knowledge title challenger, your captain.
You know, there's many days I walk around the world and I say, you know, I don't ever want to be Feeney. And I definitely don't want to be Feeney now.
He's a 5-time Knowledge champion. He's combined the 2nd longest reigning, but this may be his toughest challenge to date. And he's gone up against Mike a few times too.
Here's my thing: you're going up against. If you look at it like this, and I'm gonna use some terrible people for this one. You're going up against like a Hulk Hogan, and like a Randy Savage, okay? Old school, big name, gigantic caliber cats. And then guess what? A mystery opponent. Because we don't know how the captain truly is in Knowledge. So the game is throwing you a curveball if you get past 2 of the greatest.
If memory serves me correct, I've only done trivia once in 399 episodes. It was on the 1st anniversary, and that was just fun.
Oh, fucking Ryan.
But I'm pulling double duty too, as I also have to defend the Max Wrestling World Championship in match 2 of 2 in the House of Ashes versus Jury Saga against Travis the Walker Anderson and the jury's own goddamn lawyer, Chad.
Goddamn lawyer.
And I'm not even going to go into the details of how long I've held this title.
It's been a long, glorious, gruesome, gritty title reign. Triple threat. It's looking mighty spicy.
Oh, there is a storm coming, I guarantee that. For more information, go to maxwrestling.net/promo series 7. And now for stupid shit people say online. This is shit Mark say.
You guys suck.
OMG, Kevin Nash.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
Tell me you did not just say that.
WTF, thought he was dead, LOL.
Names have been changed to protect their stupidity. We begin by asking Moses, has anybody not been very UCEY on TikTok?
Oh my god. It's the fucking Pandora's box is open, ladies and gentlemen, and it will not be shut. Jesus Christ, let them put their foots in their mouth. Oy, oy, oy. So I'm only going after one dude today because if I go after them all, we're going to be here too long, and we ain't got that much time to edit. So I'm going to change his name. Let's go with, he's got an awesome name. How can I spin this? Let's call him Strawberry Candy. Let's go with that. I'm going to call him Strawberry Candy. And, well, apparently my little rant about Punk going to the E because, well, you know, the entire thing happened. He got fired, or he's getting bought out, blah, 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 blah. We spoke about this last week. The toxicity of the Bucks, or should I say the Elite, is come back. And it's come back in full force for some of these folks, including my man Strawberry Candies over here, saying that it's a toxic work environment, saying that he already knew that the Bucks and Omega were a bad idea, that this is all, that they're terrible business people and this, all because of a ratings draw. All because of a ratings draw. You and I both agree that that was an awesome thing. And yes, the greatest this and the greatest that. And as much as we would love for him to hang out because he is a draw, because he is a name, because it took fucking how many years for him to come back? It was one of the greatest professional wrestling moments in the least the last 10 years. In at least the last 10 years, his return was. And it got tarnished because he, and I hate to keep going back to TikTok, terminology or whatever, but he did the good old fashioned fuck around and find out. And the Bucks said, okay, let's go. Well, you're going to find out, because the reality is all of this could have, and I think I've said this in past episodes. I know I've said it on TikTok already. This could have easily been squashed before the show fucking started. You could have had an entire goddamn spat over some coffee, over a phone, over a whatever, and the whole bitch could have been squashed, undiddled. But no. Instead, he went, blamed every fucking writer there for spreading this story, then blamed the bullshit EVPs that couldn't manage a target, aka the fucking elite, because I have an issue with somebody. It blows out of proportion. He leaves smiling. Leaves that press conference smiling, in a good mood, according to many reporters and the video that they fucking had. He goes to the back. He gets confronted. Hey, dude, let's talk it out. And it turns into this. You leave a presser after dog shitting on everybody. They want to go talk to you with legal so we can get some shit straight. It turns into a brawl because you got in defense mode. But yet, the EVPs are the nasty, disgusting people. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and poor Brandon Cutler were the bad guys, because Punk got to fucking say his piece and land some shots, and now he has to pay what they call repercussions. Huh. Come on now. Come on. Hey, my man right here is a Punk lover, okay? And he understands what happens when you go this route. When are you guys going to understand? Strawberry Candies, my man, think real long and hard about your life. Maybe not your life, just your thought. Just your, ideas of Punk.
You say strawberry, all I think of is candy cane.
Candy cane.
Okay, unrelated on the other side of social media this week.
Beautiful.
First up we have Lame J.
Oh, no. Not very
Clearly
easy.
somebody who has never watched New Japan in his life. Probably
Oh,
only
this-
ever watched WWE.
Gain my composure.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Moses' boy, Shibata, turned up on Dynamite.
He fucking did.
Lame J says, well, he showed up along with best friends. Lame J says, nobody's arrive in front of 2,400 people. Lame.
That is goddamn Kachishori Shibata. That man damn near died in one of our lovely rings, in one of these lovely New Japan rings, off of a fucking headbutt. They thought this son of a bitch would never walk again, let alone wrestle. The next time you say something stupid like that, leave your address. What the fuck? Are you
I
kidding
think
me?
that's worthy of a headbutt.
Like, bro,
Um,
let's feel his pain one time. Are you kidding me? Come on, dude. Shibata would, and I hate saying it like this because I'm a fucking, me and Okada. Shibata would have been bigger than Okada.
I mean, he is literally wrestling royalty in Japan.
Oh, fuck
Everybody loves
yes.
Shibata.
Everybody loves Shibata. He is
Uh-huh.
universally loved.
And you're also calling the best friends nobodies who, I mean, they're not everybody's cup of tea, but they've been relevant in AEW since day one.
Since day fucking one, man. I mean, hell, wasn't their street fight one of the first 5-star matches?
Yeah.
Entertaining as all shit during the pandemic. Like, come on. Stop being so fucking narrow-minded. If you watch the E, just say that. Just say like, hey, I've never seen this cat before, so to me, he's a nobody. All right. Hey, let me run you this link one time. Go ahead and watch that video. And there you go.
Pretty sure there was more than 2,400 people there, but no matter how many people's there, every single one of them popped.
About to say, I was like, they were in Baltimore. Like, what? 2,400 people? They were loud as shit. Everybody knew who Shibata was. Lamar Jackson in the front row know who Shibata was. That's the thing that's killing me right now. Lamar Jackson in the front row, NFL soon-to-be two-time MVP, knew who fucking Katsuyori Shibata was. Come on, goddammit.
Crazy. Now on to a little bit of misogynistics.
Oh, Lord.
This comes from not-so-wise man Abdul,
Fantastic names.
who says, so many women being broadcasted tonight on NXT. This is why AEW fans don't watch NXT. They're as allergic to women as they are deodorant. I mean,
you're a
we
wrestling
love
fan
some
too.
women's wrestling.
I hate that fucking term. You guys don't have no deodorant. No, you're sweaty. Bitch, you watch the same thing we do. You watch the same shit we do with a different name. Shut the fuck up. But as far as women's wrestling, well, who said we didn't like it? And why the fuck do you think that?
If AEW fans don't like women's wrestling, how the fuck did Britt Baker get so over?
Thank you. I was just going to say, I was like, how the hell did Britt get to be fucking such a gigantic star? If we didn't like women's wrestling, why is Riho ratings?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
I mean, go back to Punk. What did he say to MJF? Like, you've been replaced by Britt Baker as one of the 4 pillars of AEW, and she damn near was.
Yeah, it's the truth. She's fucking. Well, I mean, if anybody, she's replacing anybody, it's Sami at this point. But I mean, that's what I'm driving at. It's like, come on, bud. We love women's wrestling.
Huge pop. Jade, she's getting super over. Saraya,
Jade
huge
is
pop.
stupid over. Saraya's crazy over. Hell, we don't. Women in general, how huge of a fucking reaction did Renee get?
Yeah, and she's just a friggin' interviewer.
That's it. We don't. Shut the fuck up.
And also, I'm pretty sure we've always praised NXT for its women's division.
I know we
since
have.
Day one.
I know before AEW was a thing, I used to praise NXT's women's division. So again,
yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about?
It hasn't always been great in AEW. They've had some good matches and they've produced some good stars, but the women's division has always lacked a little bit. But NXT has always delivered on women's wrestling.
Yes, 1,000%. I mean, have they had some rough patches? Everybody has. But they've also been very good. And a lot of times the women's roster to be, you know what I mean? There was a time where it was like, if you went to the NXT and you were a woman, it was like, bam, you might be the next big thing. You're pretty huge. There was no reason for you to go to Impact. And then now AEW is big enough. So we get that. But still, I mean, NXT turning out stars. Come on now.
Allergic to women, my ass.
Thank you.
Hell, there was a time when women's wrestling was even carrying the main roster.
This is the truth. Now, I'm going to say it like this because it's going to make me sound like an asshole, and that's how I feel this morning. But when you say stupid shit like you're allergic to deodorant, homie, when was the last time you took a shower? Like, if we stink because we sweaty, you don't wash your ass. Okay? Because, again, we're in the same boat. So I had to throw that out there. It's just chilling on my noggin.
Wise man. They are marks, and that's the shit they say.
You're fucking stupid.
All right, before we go to a break, let's play a little game of Guess the Wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder who this could possibly be.
It's the wrestler.
He's the bestler, better than all the wrestler. All right, lots of obscure places I shall start with to get you going on this fine, fine gentleman who is still currently active to help you out just a tad bit, skis. In 2022, currently, or recently, I should say, he was ranked 75th on the top 500 from PWI. He is, let's see, he won the Future Legend Award from the Cauliflower Alley back in 2009. He was the World League Wrestling Heavyweight Champion 5 times and the World League Wrestling Tag Team Champion 3 times with a man named Bull Schmidt and Wade Chisholm. World Wrestling Express Heavyweight and United States Champion. Oh, here we go. This should be a nice one. NWA TNA, so I guess the earlier NWA. He won the Dupe Cup with Bo Dupe, whoever the fuck that is.
The fuck is Bo Dupe?
No idea. Here we go. We'll leave Metro Pro Wrestling out, but good shout out for them. NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. He won the NWA Series Tournament in 2001 with his team of Genocide, the Masked Mystery Man, Colby Corino, and Jack Stain. He was national champion 1 time and a 2-time NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Ooh.
Primarily a tag guy, though, elsewhere.
So primarily tag guy, early TNA, 2-time NWA World Champion, still active.
The last clue I could give you is literally the end-all be-all. So I'm trying to see if you're nogging. Let's see. He was in Impact in 2009.
Oh, he came back.
Yeah, he came back. Well, that's actually when he debuted. It was in 2009.
Oh, okay.
He debuted under the name of the Outlaw.
Oh, fuck. Billy Gunn.
No!
Oh, no, wait, the Outlaw. Wait a minute, wasn't that Billy Gunn? Oh, Billy Gunn was the Outlaw.
Let's see. He teamed with Eric Young to defeat the team No Limit, Naito, and Yujiro. Of course it's fucking Naito and Yujiro. Of course it is. Oh, Lord, that's fantastic. Showed up in NWA in 2019 after he came out of retirement. All right, last clue, and this should be the giveaway right here. He is a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion with 1 Lance Cade.
Fucking Trevor Murdoch.
Fucking Trevor Murdoch.
I don't remember ever seeing him in TNA.
Well, he was in TNA under the lovely name of the Outlaw, Jethro Holiday.
Oh, shit, yes. But I'm sure Billy Gunn was called the Outlaw originally.
I'm sure he was too at some point. I'm sure he was too. This motherfucker with the pro wrestling. No. God damn, he was everywhere. Pro Wrestling Noah, TNA, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Oh, okay. He was just Outlaw in TNA.
Oh, okay.
Billy Gunn.
Of course he was.
God damn you, TNA.
God damn you, TNA. He was only in WWE for 3 years? Bullshit.
Yeah, literally just that tag team with Lance Cade.
There's no way. I feel like it was like forever. Like, I hate to say it like that. Maybe he just like sucked it and dragged, but I swear to God, I felt like he was there forever, man. Yeah, so.
I mean, it was a long 3 years. It started getting a little bit shaky around 07, 08.
That it did. Oh, it's crazy, crazy.
This is Velvet Sky.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
Hey, yo, what up? It's Darby Allin. It's the Ultimate Vanessa, your girl's favorite wrestler.
Hey, Preston Vance here, aka number 10 of the Dark Order.
Hey, this is Tommy Tree.
Hey, everybody, it's the interview queen, Alicia Atute here.
This is the voice of Killer Cross.
And you're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
And you are currently listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
Max Wrestling Podcast. And we're about to take it to the max.
We're about to take it to the max.
It's time to take it to the max.
We're going to take it to the max.
Take it to the max.
Welcome to the Madhouse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Madhouse.
Welcome back to the Cap and Mo Show. We're here every single Thursday. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, wherever it is you may be joining us. Still to come this week's Geek of the Week, Best for the Week, and this week's Dynamite. But first, we're going back in time for This Week in Wrestling History. There's not an awful lot of history this week, but let's jump into October 28th, 2018. WWE presented Evolution, its first all-women pay-per-view headlined by Ronda Rousey defending the Raw Women's title against Nikki Bella in a surprisingly good match. And Becky Lynch defending the SmackDown Women's title against Charlotte Flair in a last woman standing match. Despite being one of the better reviewed shows of the year, certainly one of my favorites, it was also one of the lowest buy rates and has not been repeated since.
No, but I was already hearing rumors it might come back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Triple H is up for it, but Vince looked at the numbers and went, nope.
No, thank you. Hey, I enjoyed the show. It doesn't matter what the numbers was. I enjoyed the show.
I think it did low numbers because people just didn't want to give it a chance, but those that did give it a chance, many of which thought it was the best pay-per-view of the year.
It was really good. I mean, fucking Trish and Lita was out there for goddamn sake, and they were old and did well. I hate saying it like that because, geez, fuck, when you look that good, it's hard to be old.
Yeah. Easy to do well, though.
Hey, you're telling me.
All right, we're getting into some WCW history now.
Oh, let's go.
October 29th, 1995, at Halloween Havoc, Hulk Hogan defeated the Giant in a monster truck competition before later on losing the world title to the Giant by DQ under special rules.
I was just terrible. Fuck, 95 was bad.
Oh, but it gets worse.
You're telling me.
On the same day in 2000, also at Halloween Havoc, Buff the Stuff Bagwell defeated David Flair in a First Blood match. Jeff Jarrett defeated Sting. Booker T defended the world title against Scott Steiner. And your main event for Halloween Havoc, Goldberg defeated Chronic in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yep.
However, did this company die? That's your main event, Goldberg versus Chronic?
Yep.
And you got Jeff Jarrett versus Sting. Booker T's the world champion. You got a First Blood match, but no, Goldberg and Chronic in a handicap match is your main event.
Hey, Goldberg was hot, all right?
Yeah, he was, but damn.
Oh, God, I can't. That's just the worst. That was so bad.
I don't feel I need to point out that WCW died a few months later.
Yeah, if it wasn't obvious enough.
Back to WWE, October 30th, 2016, Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair made history in the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match and main evented the show. Flair won the title back. This was the fourth title change between these two since the title's creation just 6 months earlier, and the title also changed hands between the two of them another 2 times by the end of the year.
2 times, yeah.
That was an
good
awful
stuff, though.
run. It was good matches, but it was an awful hot potato title run.
Yeah, well, that's what they wanted, right?
And I'm sure we've mentioned it numerous times, but each of Sasha's reigns during that time were between 20 and 27 days.
Short as fuck. But then again, that was like fucking Pay-per-view, change it. Pay-per-view, change it. It's like, okay, can you fucking relax, bud?
And this was like up until a couple of years ago, Sasha never successfully defended a women's title on the main roster.
That's terrible.
November 1st, 2005, WWE presented the second ever Taboo Tuesday, an interactive midweek pay-per-view in which fans voted for which matches they wanted to see. I always loved the concept. The second one featured Trish defending the women's title in a typically mid-2000s WWE Fulfill Your Fantasy Battle Royal.
Of course.
Ric Flair defeated Triple H in a steel cage match, and John Cena defended the WWE title against Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels. This was the second and last Taboo Tuesday. It was moved and renamed Cyber Sunday the following year.
Whatever, bring that shit back.
Yeah, bring it back. I always liked it being on a Tuesday too, just because it was different.
Well, yeah, but I think I'm more about the interaction. Hook me up.
Yeah. Even Cyber Sunday only lasted a few more years, and then they just stopped it because it was very blatantly rigged.
You know, shit.
But I think they were pretty just open to the fans' results for the first couple of years, and then they just decided, now we'll start fixing it a little bit more.
Yeah. Stop fixing things.
But yeah, bring it back. Final piece of history this week, November 2nd, 1998. The Hardcore Championship was created on Raw and awarded by Mr. McMahon to Mankind. Ironically, this was Mick Foley's one and only reign as Hardcore Champion, despite being the Hardcore legend.
Right? Isn't that the fucking craziest part? Is he is the Hardcore legend with a one Hardcore title reign. God, I remember the debut of that belt. I said, you took that old wing ale and you busted it to shit? No, they didn't. No, they did not. But that's exactly what I thought as I was a young child.
Oh man, they didn't do like a toy version of the Hardcore title when I was a kid, so I had two Eagle replicas, and I smashed one of them up to make.
They would have sold out. That's the thing. They would have fucking sold out in fucking minutes, baby. I'm telling you. Fuck, man, what a belt.
I'm pretty sure they did like official like gold replicas after a few years.
Shit,
they
I
never
need to
did like
see
a plastic toy version.
It's a replica Hardcore title?
Because like, I'm not spending that much money on a destroyed belt.
Fuck. You don't know who the hell I am.
Holy
$500.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What?
Okay, never mind. I can go over here.
Dang.
Ringside collectibles for $300. You know what? Never mind.
Is it cheaper to get a winged eagle replica and smash it up yourself?
It looks like it, dude. Let's go with that. Let's see. Winged eagle. Yep. I'll just buy the piece of shit fucking one off. Goddamn it. I'll just buy two from Amazon and smash one up. There we go. Problem solved.
That's awful. Why
Well, it is probably
$500.
It is probably a cheap ass knockoff. Let's be honest here. As my man DC would say, is like, yeah, you can get any belt you want on Amazon for $100, but is it going to be of decent quality? And it said, you know what? You make good sense.
Man, I can't get over the price of that.
Right? For $100, ain't bad. Not at all. Shit.
All right. So, in other news, 1 year of Mandy Rose as NXT Women's Champion this week.
I want to say good for her, but I did say the other week that I did kind of want her to lose. I figured it was over for her, but I know they got plans. I don't know what they are, but they got them.
Yeah.
I mean, let her keep going, I guess.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she's bad or boring. So.
No, and I think we were saying last week how much she has improved in NXT. But I don't think like anybody like watched Fire and Desire back in the day and thought, yeah, they were a good tag team. But I don't think anybody looked at Mandy Rose and thought she'd be a hell of a women's champion.
Right. Oh yeah. Look at this. She'd be a killer single star. Nobody said that not one time.
But you know, even though she had backup for the majority of her reign, she has carried that division.
It doesn't matter. I mean, in reality, the faction helped her. She needed that. She needed them. And then I want to say 3 months in, she didn't need him no more. But they worked so well together, there was no point of breaking them up. So she decided to herself, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. If they're going to move me to NXT, I'm going to do this right. So she got excellent. I mean, if she wasn't already in good shape, she went and got excellent shape and came out and said, who can I learn from that can actually teach me to do better? Who's better than the coach? Like, I've always said this to the people out there. They're going to be like, well, she can just go to one of the coaches. Motherfucker, I can learn. It's better to learn from somebody who's doing it every single day, this style, than it is to learn from somebody who retired 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's trying to teach this style. Okay. I'd rather learn it from somebody who's doing it than somebody who's trying to teach it. So, but that's me. But then again, with all the people in NXT and all the people I'm sure her fucking boyfriend can get a hold of, I'm sure she found some people, trained harder and harder and harder, and it shows she can put matches together. They're not bangers. They're not 5 stars. They're, maybe a couple 4s or whatever, but that's leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds better than where she was.
That's the great thing about JC and Gigi is like they haven't held her down or dragged her down at all. They've been at her side, but she still led the way.
Yeah, she has, and it's nice. It's refreshing, and it's just for a year it hasn't gotten stale. I know it just fucking said that a little bit ago, but it's the truth. It's nice.
No, yeah, she's still on a hot streak now, as much as she was when she first became NXT Women's Champion.
Oh, big time. And it's great. But now, I mean, the question goes back and forth of who could be next, if anybody, is there anybody that could stop her? Do they have to bring somebody else in?
I mean, well, we all thought Alba Fire would win and Mandy would go up to the main, but obviously she's doing great business for NXT, so they're going to keep her around for a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's okay. Let her hang out there. It's not like it's going to do her any harm.
No. And also new tag team champions in Asuka and Alexa Bliss, which was a little bit of a surprise.
You're telling me when I seen that one, I was like, oh, for show.
Yeah,
but
random,
but I'm not going to say I don't like it. It works. It's just a weird team, though.
Yeah, it works. It's weird, but it's also pretty bad that the women's tag team championships are very much becoming hot potato right now.
Yeah, and I think that it's trying to be hot potato to garner more attention every week. You know what I mean? Like, oh, who's coming out this week? It's more ladies from the main. Oh, what the fuck's going on? And I mean, I did keep saying that they need to use people from the main roster, but maybe not in a hot potato fashion. But hey, let's see where it pans out.
I mean, you're also trying to build Damage Control.
Yeah.
And you just keep taking titles away from them.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it, but at the same, I mean, I want to, God, why am I defending them? I don't know. Maybe there's rhymes to the reasons, you know what I mean? Like, I'm with you. Damage Control's hot. Keep it on them. They're hot. But then again, if you tell me Asuka and Alexa Bliss are going to hang out in NXT and defend those belts every Tuesday, then I would be a little bit more enthused and more, I guess, I'd have more of a reason to watch.
I'd be down for that.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't like Damage Control. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Don't yell at me. I'm just saying main roster stars on NXT is always meant to be a draw.
Yeah.
So let's use it.
So on to Dynamite. Pretty action-packed night. Jay Lethal defeats Darby Allin with an assist from Cole Carter, whose name they had to say twice for those that don't watch Dark.
No, it's that motherfucker, Faux Nichols. He was 2 dimes as a part of fucking whose goddamn crew was he in NXT?
The Factory. In NXT?
Yeah, no, he came from NXT.
Yeah.
He was
rings a bell.
He was Tony D'Angelo. He was running with Tony D'Angelo, and he was 2 dimes. I call the motherfucker Faux Nichols. And so Faux Nichols is back. And I was like, so do you have some kind of history? I don't understand the history. Like, who is this person that has the secrets for Darby? You know what I mean? Because it ain't Faux Nichols. So what the hell? I just that kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected Lethal to win either way.
No, the opening was a little kind of okay. What's the story here? What's going on? What the fuck?
Yeah, head
Um,
scratchers.
Cole re-debuts, I guess, as part of Jay Lethal's group, and then we get another debut from none other than Jeff Jarrett.
Oh God, I was so fucking mad. I mean, I've had my ups and downs with this fella for many years, and I think that's what the fucking thing is about. I think that's maybe the guy that showed him whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the guy that gave out the tips. I don't. Again, they didn't fucking explain shit, so that doesn't help. And then goddamn dumbass. I am not a guitar maker. I've never been a guitar maker. I've never been a guitar player, for fuck's sake. But I swear to God, that looked like a shoot guitar. Sounded like a shoot guitar, and fucking Darby was busted open.
How much dust came out of it?
A lot. Like I hate the guitar shots. I do. I think they're stupid. And the reason why I think they're stupid is because there's many a dudes in WCW who don't have a normal fucking life because of that shit. Fucking slap nuts. Oh my God.
He's also the new director of business development in AEW.
I mean, in that retrospect, fine. Fine. I fine. I'll shut the fuck up. Fine. But when he's out there screaming and yelling that it's him, it's my family, I'm like, my family has such a name in this business and this and that, and they practically own AEW and this and that. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I understand the lineage that the Jarretts have in professional wrestling, but like I always say, that fucking lineage started and ended with Yo Daddy. Okay, you just so happen to be a wrestler who's yet to retire. Hence why you get to carry the Jarrett name and all that fun jazz. You know, I remember that fucking promotion you had for a little bit went under fast, and now it's somebody else's property.
Yeah, but I mean, TNA was doing fine under him until other people got involved.
That's true.
That
He
was the
did.
problem.
He did get easily influenced. So I mean, it's I don't know. I'm this an attack on Darby has to mean we're gonna get Sting and Jarrett.
Yeah,
Like it's fucking circa 2000, baby.
We praised TNA, but then we also had the GFW debacle.
That's exactly what I always go back to. It's like I wasn't the biggest fan. Okay, you know what? And I said this in Discord last night. Watching AEW, it's no big deal. And that goddamn theme song starts playing. Yeah. I fucking hate. That was why I never watched Impact. If anybody ever wants to know why I never watched Impact, every time I ever thought about giving it a shot, I'd hear that. I'm like, nope, fuck right off. I actually, for a while, thought that was like a transition theme because of how often goddamn Jeff Jarrett would come out. And I'm like, fuck, man. Let me watch the show without you.
Yeah, nope. I mean, his biggest criticism was always he keeps putting the world title on himself, which I get, but he was also a very good heel. Like, it was very easy to dislike him.
Yeah, so it works.
Yeah. Not to mention, he did put people over, like AJ. Who else did he lose the title to? Did he lose the title to Sting?
I want to say, didn't he lose it? Yeah, I want to say Sting, and then didn't Joe as well?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, he was like a 5-time champion. He must have lost it to a few different people. But the one I remember is AJ because AJ was so young at the time.
Hey, and then look where AJ went.
Possibly the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to Bowens asking Daddy Ass to adopt him.
Oh, that was fantastic stuff, man. Damn near shed a tear.
It was beautiful. And of course, it was interrupted by Billy's actual sons.
Actual sons. That's why I was like, oh, they're going to do this whole thing. And he's like, oh, this, adoption certificate. I was like, where the hell is his real kids? And I mean, I'm not saying this because, like, I like his real kids, but I'm like, where the fuck are his real kids?
They didn't even get an invite to his birthday party.
First off, if you hung out with Austin Gunn, would you want to invite him anywhere?
No.
I mean, maybe if we were like gonna go get like some chicks or whatever, sure, I'll take him out. He's the fucking guy that's gonna loosen him up. They're hilarious. Now, hey, look at that nerd. Fuck this guy. Let's get out of here. Now I look at this stud.
They also seem to have forgotten that they turned on him.
That's what happens when when it's your dad. You're the naive sons. What do you mean I did something wrong? I didn't do nothing wrong. It's your fault, old man.
What do you mean you're adopting a new kid?
Two of them. What the hell's going on?
And it's crazy how much they're investing in like trademarks and like adoption certificates and stuff. Like,
it's so much
really
fun.
Pushing this.
They're having fun.
And surely they owe some royalties for those t-shirts and stuff. They're still wearing the daddy ass t-shirts and scissor me t-shirts.
What do you mean? As far as like, well, they won the thing, so they don't have to owe nobody nothing no more.
I missed the match.
Oh yeah, it happened on Rampage. You're fine.
No,
they ended up winning. No, it was on Rampage. No, they ended up winning.
Oh, okay.
I know that was my whole thing. I was like, they fucking gave it right back real ass quick. But I mean, it is what it is. It was like a smart ploy to get a match, and then they went from there. But no, they got it back. That's kind of why they went over the top, grabbing the scissors out of the fucking crowd, and this and that. And truth be told, I need one of those shirts.
That explains a lot. Fuck, goddamn Rampage.
Goddamn Rampage. Show some fucking clips though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give it a reminder though. You know what I mean? Sometimes reminders don't hurt.
I mean, like they do it with Raw and SmackDown during the entrance, just like, hey, this happened on Friday.
That's it. You know what I mean? That was it. And then and I've been saying this for a while. You could do the same exact thing with like BTE.
Yeah.
If like you do shit on BTE for Dynamite and Rampage, fucking just show the clip.
Even if it's just like a highlight reel before the show, like this past week on Rampage. Thank you for the catch-up.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, Raw used to open up like that back in the 90s.
Yeah, Raw had a recap every single week. Now they just have that fucking god-awful entrance theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Trips, change it.
Come on.
We know that's not your taste.
Come on.
But also, strangely in this segment, no sign of Swerve or Keith Lee, even though they're the number one contenders. They did show up later on, though, backstage with Rick Ross.
Rick Ross, the big boss. Which, I mean, I guess it makes sense. You know why there's no reason for them to be out there. They had a way bigger segment, I guess.
Sure, I guess maybe they didn't want that segment to overshadow Rick Ross being there.
Oh, for sure. That's for sure.
We talked about Punk a little bit earlier, but I think we're going to have to talk about him again now because Jericho took a blatant shot at Punk as his mystery challenger for the Ring of Honor title was none other than Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
For those who thought last week when I kept telling you to live in your fantasy land that Punk might come back, Punk might come back, Punk might come back, he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back.
Now, and bringing in Colt was a giant middle finger.
Oh, huge. This was definitely a politic move. I've never been the guy to be like, oh, well, they did this because he makes the most sense. Fuck no. It was a middle finger. It was another subtle way of saying the elite is on their way back.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense other than that. Like, whether you like Colt Cabana or not.
Oh, yeah. Because for fuck's sake, we thought all day long it's going to be a former Ring of Honor World Champion, former Ring of Honor World Champion. So you're going down the list of former Ring of Honor World Champions of guys who could make sense to come in, and Jericho changes it and says, I don't care what champion you were in Ring of Honor, tag team, 6-man, TV, and Colt Cabana is a 2-time tag team champion. So it's like, great, you just broaden the spectrum, which is, helps. But then there you go. And now you get Boom Boom Cabana. So we'll see. stick him on ROH. Just stick him in Ring of Honor and leave him there.
Yeah. I mean, whether you want to defend Colt Cabana in this whole scenario or not, the fact is, it's not like he's ever drawn a dime.
No, I mean,
this wasn't about ratings. It was about a middle finger.
No.
That was all it was about.
It was about a good old fashioned fuck you right back. But then I don't know. It is what it is. All this shit could have been fucking squashed. Okay, it could have all been fucking squashed if goddamn men would have acted like goddamn men and not fucking children. I mean,
children.
Exactly. Him and fucking Punk had their own beef to the point where they were like talking on a daily. You guys can't handle your shit like that, like outside of the media, like you were handling your regular everyday business. That makes no sense to me.
I don't know why, but Punk's had an issue with Jericho for a while. Like, they always had a great rivalry, but I remember him saying how Jericho wanted to be the one to get that first interview after he left WWE, and obviously Colt Cabana got it. And Punk was like, I'm not going to do Jericho's podcast because he's not interested in my story. He just wants the views.
I mean,
so I don't know what's going on between those two.
No, they've had a hatred for each other, but then again, I mean, TK did that whole investigation, and I'm sure he put a feeler out to the locker room and said, "Hey, in your opinion, even after this situation, it's Punk stay or go." And I'm sure he got a nice, good handfuls of he can hang out. I mean, we're wrestlers, we have egos, we fight, whatever. Let him hang out, let him make amends. And I'm sure there was a bunch of them like, you know what, dude, I just would rather not bother with it. And unfortunately for him, that means he's done. You know, he wasn't overall hated. He was just hated by a mass. And unfortunately, now there's that narrative that I had spoken about earlier with fucking Strawberry Candies about, it's the elite's agenda to kick out who they don't like, who they don't want, who's in there wrong, and blah, 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 blah. But if that was the case, there'd be a lot of cats kicked out for doing stupid shit. Sami wouldn't be, he wouldn't still have a job. You know what I mean? God. There's other dudes who still wouldn't have a job. Okay. But then again, everybody wants to think a certain way. Everybody feels like there is a specific WCW type of narrative in AEW. And whether that's true or not has, for me, yet to truly be seen. But I don't know why we're immediately jumping to that gun, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that wasn't the whole story, of course. After the match, Ian Riccaboni was then bullied, for want of a better term, by the JAS.
Asshole.
But entered BCC for the save.
Claudio came flying in, boy.
He did, but how far apart are their locker rooms? Because Claudio came flying out, then he got jumped. Then Brian came flying out, he gets jumped, and then finally Wheeler Yuta comes flying out.
So what I'm hearing, what I'm hearing is they were all hanging out in catering, getting a bite to eat, and they just did not want to finish their food. They're like, "What do you mean?" But no, I got shit. All right,
but it's
Salisbury steak night. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Brian ain't eating no steak. It was good to see Brian getting into the mix of things and not feeling sorry for himself like he has been doing backstage. He's found that fire again.
Yeah, it's nice.
And BCC working as a unit, we don't get to see them together very much.
No, and like I said, as you put it, it was great to see get B-Dry out of his own head and out of his own way to go out there and help his club members. But is it going to last longer than this week? You know what I mean? That's the next narrative. But no, I mean, and then on top of that, it was great to see them all. It was great to see them all. They're obviously building towards Claudio and Jericho, which is, I think, going to be a great one. That might be the one where Jericho finally loses.
Yeah, I'd like to see Claudio get it back.
But then again, that you could go through B-Drive for the 400th and 10th time, and I don't think anybody would really hate it. So you could play it a bunch of different ways, which is the greatest thing about this story. When you can play it multiple ways, that's always a good sign. Always a good sign.
I hope it lasts longer than a few weeks or whatever, because everybody loves Blackpool Combat Club, and I like Brian as a fiery babyface.
He's awesome. He's the man.
Jamie Hayter's finally getting her one-on-one shot for the women's title at Full Gear against Toni Storm.
Good shit.
I mean, I think if they're smart, they pull a title change. As much as we praise Toni Storm, you can't deny how over Jamie Hayter is right now.
The narrative is simply, oh, we have to get Tony and Thunder Rosa. Tony and Thunder Rosa. Tony and Thunder Rosa. When's Thunder Rosa coming back? I haven't heard anything about it. All I know is she has a back injury, and I believe the last time we heard about it, it was relatively serious.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. What they should do is they should drop the interim at this point, because unless she comes back between like a 90-day period, bro, like this interim shit is ridiculous. Drop the interim, and yeah, not hand it to Hayter, but it's Hayter's time, because then you start the inner turmoil between her and Britt Baker, and that's a story that's going to sell out the fucking ass anyway.
Yeah.
So it's literally the most perfect move.
Then Jungle Boy getting involved
Yeah.
in the All-American title picture. Well, not necessarily in the title picture. He just wanted a Luchasaurus, but
All Atlantic.
all that. What did I say?
All American.
All-American. I mean, not far wrong.
It's all real American.
Jungle Boy attacked Luchasaurus with a chair and then drove him off the stage through a fucking table. Giving a big assist to Orange Cassidy. I think, like, there were points in this match where I forgot Ray Phoenix was in the match.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
It was just Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
Luchasaurus and Orange Cassidy. I'm getting confused by everybody.
Well, I mean, it was. I did not expect Luchasaurus to get so much in.
Yeah.
I expected him to be the big guy taking a beating.
Well, he certainly took a beating from Jungle Boy.
Well, yeah. Well, I figured it was going to be at least a 2-on-1, but I mean, it worked. It worked it worked better than I expected it to. Jungle Boy showing up is just fantastic stuff. This feud, they're building it. They're obviously trying to save it for the pay-per-view, which is perfect.
Yeah. And I can't imagine what kind of match they're going to do at the pay-per-view, because they've already had like a pretty
steel cage. Got to make a steel cage, baby. There you go. I wrote it for you, TK.
So it came down, of course, to Orange Cassidy and Ray Phoenix, and then we got interesting layers to Pac, who tried to get Phoenix to use the hammer. Phoenix didn't want no part of it. Cassidy gets the win. Pac obviously not happy and attempts to use the hammer himself, and that's, of course, when we get Shibata coming out, who made it clear that he wants the All-Atlantic title.
That's right. I mean, well, they did build up to this at the last pay-per-view when Forbidden Door, when Shibata showed up after the banger of a match that Orange Cassidy had with Will Ospreay. And so they were already teasing it, and apparently this has come from the mouth of Shibata. He wants 2 matches in AEW. One of them is with Orange Cassidy, and the other one is with Bryan Danielson. I don't know if I want to let him take a match with B-Try.
Can you imagine how on edge of the seats we're all going to be for Shibata versus Danielson? Please, no headshots.
That or wear a helmet, something, dude. I don't fucking know. But I mean, I would be excited for either one of them. So, and the fucked up thing is we get one of them on goddamn Rampage.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, oh, that sucks. But it's okay.
It's okay. I mean, I think Shibata versus Danielson will be the bigger match anyway.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everybody loves Orange Cassidy, and he is a champion, but at the same time, Danielson's bigger.
He is a gigantic star.
I'm just excited that we're still clearly getting some crossovers with New Japan.
It's not over. I mean, and then at the same time, we might be getting an Impact flux as well.
Yeah. I'm not sure how closely they work with Impact right now, because we don't really see anybody show up on Impact or anything like we did when Omega was champion.
That's true.
But I'm pretty sure the door's still open. Like WWE ain't
Yeah.
working with Impact anytime soon.
Oh God, no. They'll take their talent, but they won't work with them.
Oh yeah. For some reason, the aptly named problem, Marina Shafir, is still on TV.
She is a problem. She's a problem to watch. She's a problem to follow.
Surely somebody saw that when they gave her that nickname.
And I'm sure that's why they left
it
it.
a problem.
I'm sure that's
she
why they
solves
left.
problems. Sure.
No. Ha 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 ha. Inside office joke that goes too far.
And if it wasn't insufferable enough, we had Vicky and Nyla Rose with a microphone for the
Oh,
whole few minutes of the
Jesus.
match.
I was
Thankfully, it was
already
a short match.
I was dreading the match, and then they came out, and I just why? But why?
Why are you doing this to Jade?
To turn her face.
I think she's already over enough. She doesn't have to deal with it. Well, we don't have to be subjected to this shit.
No, we don't.
Jeez.
No, we don't.
And the final half hour of the show was very exciting. We get a vignette signaling the return of the House of Black. Yeah, sorry WWE guys, he ain't Uncle Howdy.
Nope.
I mean, I will admit it did look just like him.
To a degree, yeah.
Maybe it was just a contact. I don't know.
Right, maybe it's just those.
But no, all the facial features looked very much like Aleister Black. Malachi Black, whatever you want to call him.
It did, and then somebody else put something up that it was a fucking wrestler from the 90s, and I just laughed of hilarity. I was like, it looks just like him. But I mean, I'm not too sure of who that's going to end up being or what in that matter for fucking Bray. But it's just, I don't know. I'm happy to see Malachi and the House of Black are coming back full force. That was a great little vignette.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely. It was late by a couple days because that was as Halloween as you can ever have.
Yeah. I think it's all but confirmed Bo Dallas is going back and getting involved somehow, but yeah.
Go for it.
It wasn't Malachi Black, and it wasn't gonna be because he made it clear he wasn't leaving AEW. He was taking time off. Read, people.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. He put out a statement. I assure you, if you read what he says,
not the dirt sheets.
No,
what he said.
What he said.
And
well, the dirt sheet, no, motherfucker.
Pretty sure Buddy Matthews did the same. Like he just debunked these rumors himself that he's leaving AEW.
Well, yeah. I mean, the second anybody's contract is close to being up, there's going to be a bidding war for this guy. There's going to be a bidding war for that guy or this guy or that girl, or that person, and then they're like, there's going to be a what? I didn't know my contract was up. The fuck's going on?
These guys don't when wrestlers call out dirt sheets.
Yeah,
well,
they're like,
my contract is running out. Nobody told me.
It's like, nobody told me. I signed the bitch. What are you talking about?
Oh, wait, is Bruce Pritchard in charge of your contract again?
Yep, fuck, I better go check on
that. Bobby Roode.
Oh, shit. Who the fuck's that guy? We don't know.
Yo, Bobby Roode is still the longest reigning, I think, Impact World Champion. Possibly. That may be a fact that I've made up.
That'd be awesome.
Fact check myself now because I'm pretty sure I read that. The oldest champion Sting, heaviest champion Moose, obviously.
Wow. Heaviest champion. Fuck out of here.
All right, here we go. Let's list it according to longest days. No, not the fucking. What do you want the NWA title for? I said Impact.
Like, you mean the NWA?
Yeah.
Well, I hate that. Well, the problem is the Impact one also does that because it started as the NWA.
Yeah.
So
Bobby Roode is still the longest reigning Impact World Champion, 256 days. What's he doing now?
I don't know.
Is he
hanging out with chicken wings in the back, baby?
He's probably chasing the 24/7 title. We just don't get to see it anymore because it only changes hands on freaking house shows.
I mean, I guess whatever works, whatever boats your float. Calm down there, Doc Brown.
Right, Scott. And main events. I don't know which way I expected this one to go, but I'm not surprised at the same time. So Joe gets the win, defending the TV title against Brian Cage. Another loss for Brian Cage.
Another loss for Brian Cage. I mean, yeah, they got a pay-per-view coming up. They're trying to sell a fucking streaming service and all that other shit. So I understand the move, but then why the fuck does Brian Cage beat the shit out of you to lose? That's my only question. Brian Cage looked like $1 million, and he looked awesome, and he looked strong, and he looked like he should be the fucking television champion. But instead, they kept it on Joe, and Joe just kind of like skated by, and he just randomly escaped with a Cohina clutch, and it's like, okay. I mean, And then another thing, goddamn TK, for your reasons of probably just cocaine and cocaine accessories. Why the fuck is the Ring of Honor Television Championship ahead of the Ring of Honor World Championship? I mean, come on, bud.
You know what? They probably could have ended the show with the Ring of Honor World Title match and then just close it out with the brawl between BCC and JES.
I mean, I can understand. Oh god, we probably wouldn't have got that big of a pop for Colt Cabana, but I mean, the anticipation maybe would have been enough to garner some more views.
Yeah, like I think everybody was intrigued as to who it would be. We all had our predictions. I don't think anybody expected Colt Cabana. Did we even mention his name last week? No, because he's not world champion. So
exactly, because we were going down the Ring of Honor World Championship list.
And maybe the pop wasn't so much because it was Colt Cabana coming back. Maybe it was because, oh shit, we just read what's happened between Jericho and Punk, and now they've picked Colt Cabana. Maybe that was part of the pop. So we still would have got the pop anyway.
Yeah, I really do think it hit a lot of smart fans like Punk's really gone. And that's why there wasn't much of a pop. I mean, now granted, I'm also not saying every time I see Colt Cabana in AEW, I expect the fucking roof to blow off. But I really do think that this had like a double meaning. It's a, oh, cool. It's just a whatever Ring of Honor champion. Yeah, Punk's gone. Punk's gone.
Maybe his contract hasn't been torn up yet, but he ain't coming back.
I mean, he's got a torn pec, if I'm not mistaken, is whether he's got fucked up, right? I think it's his pec. And it's the torn titty just like fucking Corey had. And Corey ain't been back since. And he left at Mania.
Plus the broken foot.
Oh, yeah, the broke foot. Yeah, so he's... Shit, that motherfucker maybe January, but I also haven't heard anything about Corey.
Didn't he fuck up his elbow again, too?
Oh, God. I have no idea.
Punk's in a bad way.
Punk's beyond fucked up. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's still got foot problems.
Yep.
He's got the torn pec, and then what did he fuck up originally? His knee. No, it was his foot. It was his foot when he came back to early. It was his foot. So it's, I mean, best case scenario, if the guy can wrestle, Punk being maybe 10 months from now, maybe that's on a good recovery too. Now, understand that motherfucker ain't young like the other cats. So we're looking at maybe more of like 10 to a year. And if it ends up being a year, if Papa H wants him back, sure. Go. Have fun. Smell you later.
Yeah.
Because there's no room in it. Everything good?
Strange.
Very strange.
Look, Rowan, 3 weeks, then you can have the world title match. Don't go hacking the show.
No hacking shows, bro. Like, to the point where, like, my entire goddamn everything over here went bazinga.
So yeah, that's AEW. Now, you could have waited just a couple of minutes for the hack, and then we're going to move to the next segment anyway. Let's go to the A to B of the Retro Rewind.
SMR Podcast Network. You should be listening.
All right, so here we are trucking on down the line. December the 9th, 1996, Raw and Nitro's coming at you. Decent shows. Obviously, you know, my taste, I'm more towards the WCW side, but hey, this was not a bad show at all. by any means. Maybe even good show. Probably, you know what? Probably one of the better fucking shows I've reviewed from Raw. I can't even fucking butter it up too much. Mainly strictly because of The Undertaker versus Mankind in a no holds barred match. Fantastic stuff. Jesse James defeated Justin Bradshaw and I think it's Zebekiah in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Of all the people to win a fucking handicap match, Jesse James. I mean, it was fine. I think I gave it a whopping 1.25. Goldust and Bart Gunn got a 1.5 out of me. Not terrible. Not, is whatever. I was expecting more out of this. Psycho Sid, the current WWF champion, against the current Intercontinental champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, ended in a countout. So it was kind of fucking lackluster with that one. Good, but overall, hot start, bad main event. WCW, on the other hand, though, there was a couple of shitters, and I do mean a couple of shitters, and that's like a Hugh Morge versus Renegade kind of shit. But then we had some bangers, and boy, do I ever mean bangers. I don't know if I've ever said, I don't know if the words I want to say is never. I do not recall talking about a good Nasty Boys match. But them against the Faces of Fear was damn fun. Damn fun. Dean Malenko, Jimmy Graffiti. I've talked about Jimmy Graffiti before. Cat's on my list for Wrestler of the Week. Something I start bringing back. I have not been doing, by the way. I'm going to start bringing back. Cruiserweight title match was fan-fucking-tastic. A lot of fun. Rick Steiner, Scott Norton, Big Hoss battle ended in a no contest. And Diamond Dallas Page defeated you-know-who, Jeff Jarrett, to advance in the goddamn WCW United States Championship Tournament. Fun episodes. Catch them Monday.
And we're closing it out with the final 2 segments of the show. First up, the Geek of the Week.
Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek.
Okay, so Geek of the Week is actually a little difficult for me because I'm kind of on the fence. There's like 2 guys that are totally geek worthy. And you know what? I haven't done a twofer. I don't know if I've ever really done a twofer, so we're going to do a twofer. The first one goes to Jake Hager. I'm sure I've put him on here before. The fact that you are an MMA fighter that runs around in like these tiny white shoes with no socks, tiny shorts, no shirt, and the fucking brightest color hat you can find that week, and you're just doing dumb, ridiculous stuff. Like, he all of a sudden was just walking up the ramp, and he was like, oh, my back, and then hit the ground and started twerking. And I'm just, I didn't know whether to laugh or to be embarrassed. So that's Geek of the Week number 1. Geek of the Week number 2. Geek of the Week number 2. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Motherfucking Faux Nichols. Faux Nichols comes out in his full-blown Sting get up, beats the shit out of Darby, and then so first off, you got crickets from the crowd, and then on top of that, whatever debut turn fuckery, whatever the hell you had, got overtopped by fucking Slapnuts. I wanted to give it to Slapnuts because he's Slapnuts. Fuck Jeff Jarrett. He's Geek of the Week for being Jeff Jarrett. But to be overtopped by Jeff Jarrett for the same exact thing Jeff Jarrett did, no, bud. It's you. Faux Nichols. You, too, are the Geek of the Week.
You know what? I'm glad you picked 2 because there's 2 Bastards of the Week this week, too.
Let's go. Let's go.
Play the music. First up, I think he had one of the best performances of the night, certainly one of the matches of the night, and looked very, very good as a champion. So first Best of the week goes to Orange Cassidy.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure he's won it before. If not, damn should have been.
The old A.
Second best of the week this week, he didn't even wrestle, but how could I not give it to Sami Zayn?
How could you not give it to Sami Zayn? Sami
He's been
Zayn is a
very
national
UCEY
treasure
this
right
week.
now. National treasure, that man.
All right. Thank you for spending your first day with us. Here's the socials again. You can find us on the evil Twitter machine at Max Wrestling UK and the Captain 512 and SMRPodNet. Check out the website maxwrestling.net and don't forget to hit the sub or the follow button on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the socials.
Right.
And now listen up, you pencil neck geeks, because this is what Moses has for you this week.
As he says, each and every week, retro back hot heavy, December the 9th, 1996, Raw and Nitro. Heard a little bit here. Come get the full review Monday, if not Tuesday, with the star ratings included. Bolt Rant was going to come back, and the energy was not there. Let's keep it honest with you. The energy wasn't there, so we're waiting until next season. It is what it is for those who are waiting for it next season. Unless, and I've already gotten like 2 or 3 different requests, I guess the coverage of the XFL. I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to be a thing. We'll see. Everything's up in the air, but Retro's not. Retro's coming. And then, of course, you got to do the TikTok. Max Wrestling UK on TikTok. 20 away from 1,200. Stop playing with the boy. Get on there. Share it. Comment. You already know the game. If you got to be interactive in order for it to pop off. So get to it. Hit me with some questions, some comments. Stitch the videos. And let's get to it. Maybe you too can be on smart of the fucking goddamn fucking shit Mark say.
Yeah, same with the Max Wrestling Facebook group. Let's see some interaction.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. If you guys need the link, it is inside of Max Wrestling. I'm pretty sure there's a link to the Facebook group. You can click onto that. We got 21 days, 20 plus days left for you to be the group MVP. Travis Walker Anderson has been group MVP for God only knows how long. The man feels like Okada at this point. Somebody take him off his reign. Be the Naito to his Okada.
Oh, man. We may as well rename it the Walker title at this point.
The Walker Award. I like
it. He's been group MVP for 441 days.
I was called San Martino at some point. God damn.
To make it sound even longer, he was crowned at Promo Slam 2021.
Come on, UP. Come on, guys.
The previous
Chad, I can hear Chad typing right now.
The previous 2 reigns before Travis were 56 and 76 days. This motherfucker's on 400 plus.
400 plus. Come on. Come on. Be interactive. Share your dumb posts. Give your dumb comments. It's just like TikTok. The only way to help grow is via interaction from the fans.
Yeah. And even if you don't catch him up, it just proves how ungoddamn deniable he is.
Hey, you're telling me.
And that's it for this week. Join us next week for the 400th episode of Max Wrestling Podcast. We've come a long, long way. Mm-hmm. We will be joined by 2 former co-hosts in Mike Larkin and Evan Money McCabe. Get your censor buttons ready, because he ain't PG, let me tell you.
Love it.
You've been watching the Cap and Mo. Goodbye and good night.
Episode 400 come at you next week.
In the words of Evan McCabe, I like turtles.
I like turtles.